Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies think they are the 1996 Chicago Bulls, and Ja Morant thinks he's Micheal Jordan himself. Hey guys, Emmanuel here, and before I jump into this video, I just want to ask you guys to give me the HBO special. That is the Help a Brother Out, and you can do that by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a like underneath this video. I don't like doing long intros, so let's jump back into this video. Recently, Ja Morant sat down with ESPN's Malika, and like last time Ja Morant sat down for an interview, he stated something that rubbed everybody the wrong way. When asked by Andrews which team in the NBA the Grizzlies have an eye out for and are keeping tabs on, Ja Morant replied the Boston Celtics. Now, as you may already know, the Boston Celtics are in the Western Conference, and saying that the Boston Celtics were the only teams that they were worried about in the playoffs implies that they're going to meet them in the NBA Finals. Now, Malika Andrews followed up and asked Ja, what about the Western Conference? Are there any teams in the Western Conference that might pose a threat or you have an eye out for that you guys are looking for? And Ja Morant shrugged her off and said he's not really worried about any teams in the Western Conference. And this rubbed people off the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way. I don't like it at all.
Look at around the league as you're studying and say, we're going to have to run through them.
Celtics.
No one in the West.
Nah, I'm fine in the West.
I don't like it because lately the Grizzlies have been acting like they are the top dogs in the league. The Grizzlies talk so much crap for a team that hasn't done or accomplished anything. The way the Grizzlies talk, you would have thought that they were the Golden State Warriors or the 1996 Chicago Bulls. I started noticing this last season in which the Grizzlies were actually good. When people realized the Grizzlies were actually good and were going to make the playoffs, the Grizzlies started to be a little bit more cockier than usual, right? They started taunting the Golden State Warriors before the playoffs, and then come playoffs, they started taunting them even more, you know, going after Steph Curry, griddying on teams' logos, and Ja Morant talking so much crap in a tunnel on his way to the locker room. It just looked really cringe to me. But I think it went to another level in the offseason in which Ja Morant sat down with Taylor Brooks for Bleacher Report, and in which he stated that he would cook Micheal Jordan.
Yeah. I wish I played in his generation, though.
Yeah. You wish you would have played in his generation?
Yeah.
Why?
I heard he was like just how he, go about the game, just that mindset he had. I would like to, play against him. So.
Yeah. This time you're not saying, I would have cooked her.
I would have cooked him, too.
You would have cooked Micheal Jordan?
Man, nobody got more confidence than 12.
Now, those words are blasphemous for any player to utter. LeBron James knows better than to say that. Kobe Bryant knew better than to say that, right? It's just cringe. It just makes you look really terrible and it paints you in a bad light. And the reason it does so is this. Yes, I understand Ja Morant is a young guy and he is new to the league and he needs all the confidence that he can get. And he's very confident, and confidence is what got him to the NBA. It is what got him to this point in his life. There's a difference between cockiness and confidence. Confidence stems from things one has done in the past. A person who goes to a gun range has confidence in their aiming capabilities because they've practiced. They've practiced before. They've done something in the past that assures them they are good at what they do. Cockiness is the unsubstantiated massaging of one's ego in which a person thinks they are great or good at something with no evidence to back it up. Now, obviously, Ja Morant is a really good player. He's one of the best guards in the NBA right now. But what makes Ja Morant thinks that he is on the same level as Micheal Jordan? The reason Micheal Jordan is held in such high regard is because all of his accomplishments. His reputation speaks for itself. Ja Morant, the only thing he has to his name is making the NBA and making an all-star appearance. Cockiness is unwarranted confidence. It's confidence that just comes out of nowhere. It's like there's a threshold in which confidence turns into cockiness. It's like that's unrealistic. What you're talking about is unrealistic. Now, Ja Morant is one of the best guards in the league, but ask yourself this. If Ja Morant went up against Micheal Jordan in Micheal Jordan's prime, when Micheal Jordan was younger, one-on-one, first 1 to 11, who do you think would be the winner? How do you think Ja Morant would fare? I think Micheal Jordan would wipe the floor with Ja Morant. And there have been many stories of Micheal Jordan doing this to multiple people that have disrespected Jordan throughout the years. Stories of him doing it in his 40s and 30s, in which some young bull thinks Jordan's gonna have to show me why he's good. And Jordan absolutely humiliates them. This is the same sociopathic Micheal Jordan that made up stories in his head in order to humiliate and utterly dominate his opponents. Do you think Ja Morant would stand a chance against Micheal Jordan, let alone cook him? And that is the cringeness of it, because everybody knows that. I know that. You know that. You hear that and you're like, oh my God, bro, relax, right? It's like your one friend who isn't that really good of a baller, always challenging you to a 1v1, or when you guys are playing pickup, he's talking so much crap, but he's not that good. Ja Morant's good, but there are levels to being good. And I don't think Ja Morant would fare very well against Micheal Jordan. And on to the Grizzlies. Yes, the Grizzlies are good, but is that really reason to be so cocky? Is that really reason to griddy on other teams' logos and act like it's a sure thing you're going to make the NBA Finals? Like, the last time the Memphis Grizzlies made it to the NBA Conference Finals, Ja Morant was 13 years old. The Grizzlies don't have a history of just being super good. It's not like they are the Warriors, but if you talk to them, you would think they are the Golden State Warriors. They dominated the NBA for the last 8 years. It's just a run-of-the-mill for them. It's something they do on their off time. It's all in a day's work. The Denver Nuggets just beat the Memphis Grizzlies Tuesday night to take the #1 seed from them in the Western Conference. Ja Morant, you don't think you should be worried about guys like that? You don't think teams that are literally in your backyard, like the Denver Nuggets, are something to be concerned about? It would be like, listen, those guys are good. They got really great talent, right? We got to keep an eye out for them. It might be a battle if we meet them in the playoffs. We are confident in ourselves, but we acknowledge their talent. That's the respect that you show to your competitors. And just because you're good does not mean it's a sure thing, a lock for you to go to the NBA Finals. Just ask the Phoenix Suns last year. The Phoenix Suns lost to a team that was way lower to them in the rankings. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks were like the 6th seed, and they washed the Phoenix Suns. That might happen to you. And how stupid would you look now on that interview if you lose to someone in the Western Conference that's way lower than you? Anything can happen in the playoffs. Don't set yourself up to look like an idiot or a clown in June. And there are multiple good teams in the Western Conference. Like, the Memphis Grizzlies aren't the only young, up-and-coming team in the Western Conference. The New Orleans Pelicans are really good. You got Zion Williamson. Hey, he was in your draft class. He's actually really good. Brandon Ingram is actually grown into himself. They are actually really good. They almost knocked the Phoenix Suns out of the playoffs last. If the Lakers make a trade, they could be really good. If the Clippers get Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to keep playing the way that they're playing, that's a threat. Be cognizant of your surroundings. Be cognizant of the threats. Even a lion in a savannah is cognizant of what's around him. Can't just say, I'm the best, that's it, story over. Don't be so cocky. Stay hungry, stay humble. Because when you're cocky for no reason, it paints a target on your back. You want to know how I know? Ask LeVar Ball and Lonzo Ball. When Lonzo Ball was coming into the NBA, his father was so cocky about his son for no reason. It painted the biggest target on his back, and night in, night out, every single guard wanted a piece of Lonzo Ball. And his life was a living hell. LeVar Ball was saying stuff that were unsubstantiated. Lonzo Ball is better than Steph Curry. Lonzo Ball could do this. Lonzo Ball can carry the Lakers. Unsubstantiated. Yeah, Lonzo Ball is a good player. But where's Lonzo Ball now? Lonzo Ball's faded into irrelevancy. So saying stuff that are unsubstantiated, like, I'd cook Micheal Jordan, he wouldn't fare well against me, we're gonna make the NBA Finals as a given. Relax, calm down, stay hungry, and stay humble. Because you're going to look like an idiot, a clown, come May, if you lose to anybody in the Western Conference. They're going to ask you, where's all that talk you were doing before? You were so confident, where's all that now? You're going to just be like, you got me. Yeah, but yeah, guys, those are just my thoughts on a Ja Morant statement. If you like this kind of content, make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and comment on this video. Until next time, kids.